Why would I take flowers over to the baby to put all the other stuff
I don't
in?
know. It's up to you.
If I killed him.
Well, you were there. Why did you take flowers? You knew who did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who?
John. Because John hit him in the face.
This is the case of one of the most notorious crimes in British history. On February 12, 1993, in Merseyside, United Kingdom, the lives of 2-year-old James Patrick Bulger and his family were irreversibly shattered. 2 10-year-old boys, Robert Thompson and John Venables, committed a heinous act that would shock the nation, forever etching their names into the annals of true crime. Before we delve further into this true crime story, we kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel and share your thoughts in the comments. CCTV footage from the New Strand shopping centre in Bootle captured Thompson and Venables casually selecting a target among children. Playing truant from their local school, the boys embarked on a day that would turn into a nightmare. Shoplifting sweets, batteries, a troll doll, and blue Humbrol modelling paint, they revealed a sinister plan to abduct a child and lead them into oncoming traffic. Amidst this sinister plot, James Bulger's mother, Denise, momentarily lost sight of her son in the A.R. Tim's butcher's shop. At around 15:40, Thompson and Venables seized the opportunity, taking Bulger by the hand and leading him out of the shopping centre, an act that was chillingly captured on CCTV. Thompson and Venables dragged the helpless toddler to the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, inflicted bruises on him, and joking about pushing him into the river. Witnesses reported seeing a heartbroken Bulger crying by the canal, but help seemed elusive. The youngsters set off on a 2.5-mile walk across Liverpool, passing by countless witnesses who, despite their grief, did little to stop the tragedy from occurring. Concerned citizens were met with deception, as Thompson and Venables claimed Bulger was either their brother or lost, and they were transporting him to a police station. Their tour included a visit at a pet store, from which they were removed, exposing their callousness. Approaching Walton, with a police station in sight, the boys hesitated before leading Bulger to a railway line near the former Walton and Anfield railway station. The brutality escalated as they subjected the toddler to unimaginable violence, throwing paint into his eye, kicking, stamping, and hurling bricks and stones. Batteries were placed in Bulger's mouth, and a 10 kilograms railway fish plate was dropped on his head, resulting in 10 skull fractures. In a disgusting attempt to conceal their crime, Thompson and Venables laid Bulger across the tracks, weighting his head with rubble, hoping a train would mask their horrifying act as an accident. The subsequent discovery of Bulger's severed body by children 2 days later shocked the community to its core. The police, suspecting sexual assault, found Bulger's clothes removed, and the pathologist's report revealed further atrocities. The community rallied, adorning the railway embankment with flowers in memory of the young victim. Threats from vigilantes forced the family of an initially detained boy to flee the city. The breakthrough came when a woman recognized Thompson and Venables from enhanced images on national television. The police swiftly arrested the boys, bringing a semblance of closure to a grieving community. As the news of James Bulger's murder reverberated, investigators, led by Detective Superintendent Albert Kirby of Merseyside Police, faced the shocking revelation that the perpetrators were not teenagers, as initially suggested, but 2 10-year-old boys. CCTV images played a crucial role, capturing the sinister actions of Robert Thompson and John Venables at the New Strand shopping centre in Bootle. Forensic tests confirmed the presence of blue paint on both boys' clothing, matching the paint found on Bulger's lifeless body. Additionally, blood on Thompson's shoe was linked to Bulger through DNA analysis. The investigation took a dark turn when Thompson inquired whether Bulger had been taken to the hospital to get him alive again. As the wheels of justice began to turn, the arrest of Thompson and Venables marked a critical juncture. The trial, held in an atmosphere of intense public scrutiny, revealed the chilling details of the crime. The boys' reluctance to divulge certain aspects, especially the suspected sexual assault, added another layer of horror to the proceedings. The court heard about the boys' troubled backgrounds, but the gravity of their actions overshadowed any attempt at sympathy. The forensic evidence, coupled with eyewitness testimonies, painted a damning picture. In a shocking twist, Thompson and Venables were found guilty of the abduction, torture, and murder of James Bulger. Their age, a mere 10 at the time, did not shield them from the severity of their actions. The court's decision would have far-reaching implications, sparking debates about the culpability of children in heinous crimes. On February 20th, 1993, both Thompson and Venables were charged with the murder of James Bulger. Their appearance at South Sefton Youth Court on February 22nd marked the beginning of a legal process that would shock the nation. The trial, conducted as an adult trial despite the boys' age, opened on November 1st, 1993 at Sessions House in Preston. Up to 500 protesters gathered at the magistrate's court during initial court appearances, reflecting the public's profound grief and outrage. The parents of the accused, facing death threats, were forced to assume new identities and relocate. In a courtroom setting devoid of parental presence, Thompson and Venables faced charges of murder, abduction, and attempted abduction. The latter charge related to a prior incident at the New Strand shopping centre on the same fateful day. The European Court of Human Rights later criticised the decision to try them in an adult court, asserting that they had not received a fair trial. The prosecution, led by Richard Henriquez, successfully rebutted the principle of doli incapax, arguing that the boys were mature enough to understand the gravity of their actions. Child psychiatrist Eileen Vizard testified that Thompson suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, while Susan Bailey affirmed that Venables knew the difference between right and wrong. The trial unfolded with both boys seated on raised chairs, within touching distance of their families, but separated. They did not speak during the proceedings, and the case against them relied heavily on over 20 hours of tape-recorded police interviews. On November 24, 1993, the verdict was delivered. Thompson and Venables, at the tender age of 11, were found guilty of Bulger's murder. Mr. Justice Morland, the presiding judge, condemned their actions as a crime of unparalleled evil and barbarity, sentencing them to be detained at Her Majesty's pleasure. The judge recommended a minimum term of 8 years, signalling the beginning of a debate on the appropriate punishment for such young offenders. The judge's decision to lift reporting restrictions, revealing the identities of the killers, sparked further controversy. In the aftermath of the trial, Lord Taylor of Gosforth, the Lord Chief Justice, recommended a minimum sentence of 10 years. Public pressure, exemplified by a petition with nearly 280,000 signatures, led to Home Secretary Michael Howard announcing in July 1994 that the boys would be kept in custody for a minimum of 15 years, extending their potential release to February 2008 when they would turn 25. The controversy surrounding the case continued, with criticisms of institutionalized vengeance and debates on the influence of violent videos, particularly the alleged connection to the film Child's Play 3. The subsequent years witnessed legal challenges, clarifications in video material regulations, and a reflection on the societal response to such heinous crimes perpetrated by children. Following the chilling trial and conviction of Robert Thompson and John Venables, the aftermath saw these young perpetrators placed in secure facilities where they would undergo detention, rehabilitation, and attempts at reintegration into society. Thompson found himself at the Barton Moss Secure Care Centre in Manchester, while Venables was detained at Vardy House, an 8-bedded unit within the Red Bank Secure Unit in St Helens, Merseyside. These locations remained undisclosed to the public until after the boys' eventual release. The daily routines of Thompson and Venables were meticulously recorded on running sheets, offering insights into their progress and behaviours. These records, signed by staff, were stored at the units and forwarded to officials in Whitehall. In a bid to protect their identities and the nature of their crime, the boys were taught to conceal their real names. Regular visits from their families, including Venables' parents at Red Bank and Thompson's mother at Barton Moss every 3 days, highlighted the complexities of managing juvenile offenders. Despite initial challenges, Venables made notable progress at Red Bank, leading to his full 8-year stay, although the facility was designed as a short-stay remand unit. Both Thompson and Venables grappled with post-traumatic stress disorder, with Venables particularly haunted by nightmares and flashbacks of the murder they committed. Education and rehabilitation were part of their daily lives, and the secure units aimed to address the psychological scars left by their gruesome actions. In 1999, Thompson and Venables appealed to the European Court of Human Rights, arguing that their trial, conducted in an adult court, was neither impartial nor fair given their tender age. While the court dismissed claims of inhuman and degrading treatment, it ruled that the trial's nature denied them a fair proceeding. The Home Secretary's intervention was deemed to have created a highly charged atmosphere, contributing to an unfair judgment. On March 15, 1999, the court ruled in favour of a violation of Article 6 of the European Convention on Human Rights, emphasising the severe intimidation an 11-year-old child faced in an adult court. The legal battle continued when Bulger's parents appealed to the European Court of Human Rights in September 1999, seeking a role in determining the perpetrator's sentence. However, their plea was unsuccessful. Lord Chief Justice Harry Wolff reviewed the minimum sentence in response to the European Court case, recommending a reduction from 10 to 8 years in October 2000. Despite concerns about the corrosive atmosphere at Her Majesty's Young Offender Institution, the Parole Board, after a thorough review in June 2001, declared the boys were no longer a threat to public safety. Home Secretary David Blunkett approved their release on lifelong license, supported by new identities and relocation to secret locations under a witness protection-like program. Fabricated passports, national insurance numbers, qualification certificates, and medical records contributed to concealing their true identities. Blunkett imposed stringent conditions on their release, including no contact with each other or the Bulger family, prohibition from visiting Merseyside, and adherence to curfews, with regular reporting to probation officers. An injunction imposed on the media after the trial remained in force, preventing the publication of any details about Thompson and Venables. Blunkett justified the injunction, citing a real and strong possibility of harm to their lives if their identities were revealed. The terms of their release underscored the gravity of their actions and the need to protect both the public and the boys from potential repercussions. So, what do you think about the impact of the legal decisions and rehabilitation efforts on the lives of Robert Thompson and John Venables after the tragic murder of James Bulger? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.